Hi, this is Rachel McLaughlin. My birthday is, I am calling to set up my Receptiva test. I am a patient with Dr. and that was an option that he gave us, and that was our next step for what we needed to do. So I was just trying to call and get that set up. If you could give me a call back, that'd be great. Thank you. Hello everyone. As you all just saw in the previous clip, we have a little bit of an update. I finally made the call. I have officially scheduled the Receptiva test. So I am super excited to kind of get the ball rolling in 2021 and proceed with our next test. As you all know, I've made a few videos about what our next step was and what we decided to do, and I kind of gave a brief overview of what the Receptiva test was. I don't know that a lot of people know a lot about this test. It's kind of new. It basically is just able to tell our physician whether or not I do in fact have endometriosis or not. So what they do is it's kind of just like a biopsy of the uterine lining, and then they're able to test that to see if it's inflamed or not. And if it is inflamed, then that is basically an indication of endometriosis. And then obviously probably the reason and cause behind our infertility journey. You all know that we have unexplained infertility. We have no answer as to why we are unable to conceive at this point. My doctor just believes that it is likely endometriosis. I think the statistic is that 75% of women who have unexplained infertility end up having endometriosis. So the chances are very high. I don't have really any significant symptoms, but at the same time, I'm always like, well, how do I know what it's like not to have it? So are these symptoms normal for me, or could they potentially actually be symptoms of endometriosis that I just wouldn't really know? So all in all, I technically would say I don't have symptoms, but I think that there's probably some that I just don't even realize is not normal, if that makes sense. So either way, my test is scheduled for the end of January, and then I think it is a 1-week waiting period to get back the results. And so you might be wondering, well, what are we going to do with that information? Obviously, it doesn't fix anything. You know, it's just a test. It's not like a treatment. So basically, the reason why I really wanted to do this, and I've already kind of talked about this in a previous video, but just in case you're like, this is the first video you're watching about it on my channel, the reason why I'm choosing to do the Receptiva test is that I really don't want to have surgery if I don't have to, and this is a non-invasive way to know whether or not you have endometriosis or not. And so if it comes back negative, then that will tell us that I don't need a laparoscopy surgery, and really our only options after that would be IVF. If it comes back positive, then that kind of gives us two different avenues of where to go: the laparoscopy surgery, and then you try on your own for a little bit, or IVF. So I think, I don't know for sure, but I think if it is positive, I will lean more toward doing the laparoscopy surgery. And honestly, you all know I was terrified of that, but I've heard so many success stories from you all about how either you or someone you know had that done and then ended up conceiving within like a few months after it. So I think it is very hopeful and positive. It could be a very positive thing for us, but I know that is like kind of getting ahead of myself, but I feel like that's like kind of where my mind is going in this moment. So yeah, I'm so excited to do this test. It's really quick and easy. I do think that there's different ways that they can prepare you for this test, but for me, my doctor wanted me to just do a natural cycle, and then they're doing the biopsy. I think it's about a week after I will ovulate. So there's like a window in there, kind of like the week before your period, the week after ovulation. So that week in between there is when they prefer to do that. At first, the office, before they actually spoke to the physician, was planning on me doing a timed cycle with a follicle scan, and then also doing like really planning it around that time frame. So I guess there's different ways that you can do it, but my physician suggested it be a natural cycle. I don't really know the reasoning between the two. The nurse was like, he's a very smart man and he's always, you know, ahead of us on, you know, what he would suggest. I don't know, that is way above my head, but that is what my physician has recommended, and that is what I'm gonna do. So with all of that, I just wanted to give you all an update, let you all know that it is finally scheduled. We have saved up the money and we're able to do it, so I'm excited, and I'm just excited to potentially have an answer maybe. And yeah, it's just kind of like a guiding, you know, it's gonna guide us to what is next, and hopefully give us some answers. So I figured I would provide that update for you all today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of our updates, and so you'll be able to see the results of the test. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.